Hey guys, how's it going? It's Douglas here at Drumway Productions, and we are here in Ellisville, Mississippi at this Baptist Union right next to my old college. They are hosting a toy fair, or a Toyfest today, I should say. And we're going to go in there and check out what they have. Maybe they've got some horror stuff. I know some of the vendors are supposed to be bringing some horror pieces. Mostly looking for a few Scream pieces to fill in the collection that I'm missing, such as the original NECA figures from Scream 4 and the reaction figure, the 3 1/4 inch. So hopefully I can find that in here, so let's go check it out and see what we can find. If that display case was just a bit bigger, I'd be interested in it. Hot Wheels, plenty of die cast. More Hot Wheels. Pretty nice selection if you collect Hot Wheels stuff.
How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We can help you with anything, let us know.
Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick video looking over everything, and then I'm gonna do my shopping.
We appreciate all of that.
If you guys got anything you want to plug on my YouTube channel, feel free to shout it out.
If you want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and yeah, we'll follow you back. We'll
all right.
Network off each other.
Sounds good. You guys have a card I can grab, or?
Well, actually, man, if you go out to the truck here, we got the gaming truck.
Oh, okay.
And it's all vault gaming.
All right.
So yeah, you can go out there and check all the videos you want.
All right, I'll go check it out.
We got every gaming system from the Atari to PS5.
Awesome.
I think it's all my thing.
Oh, the Hellraiser Bloodline. Might have to pick that up. Nice little Beetlejuice piece here. Got a buddy down there. I seem to remember that they had a shampoo. Yeah.
No, I don't want you leaving home.
I completely understand that, trying to make some space.
I got somebody's entire life collection of McDonald's toys.
Oh, wow. Definitely see a big piece I'm interested in here, the famous couples.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And
All of
these are
these
just $2.
McDonald toys.
They're just $2. I got 1,001,001 Dalmatians.
Seems
I
like
can make a deal.
You already got your hands
Stocking
full.
stuffers.
oh yeah, for days, for days.
Days.
Panther. Some sabers.
How we doing?
Oh, doing great. How about you guys? C Lab 2020, the board game. Very nice. Definitely need to come flip through the comics as well. Hello, how are y'all doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. So many Transformers and Joes. Evil Ernie as well. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Look at all these Rangers. Masters of the Universe. No telling what kind of cool stuff's in here. Turtles binoculars. How y'all doing today? Oh, we've got some pops down here. Blood Splattered Michael. Child's Play 2 Chucky. Wow, a lot of horror pops. Plenty of pieces I'm missing. So much cool stuff here. This is a spawn I've always wanted and never got, so I'm gonna pick him up today. Got overt kill back there. Violator. Plenty of awesome stuff in here. Dracula's Dragster. Seems like a fun model kit. That is sick. 18-inch Patrick Bateman. Toxie. It's an original Turbo Man, I believe.
My inventory is pretty depleted after Halloween Fest.
Hey, if people are buying them, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it was.
That's really cool.
Halloween Fest was like, it was nuts. Cannibal shot. It was that perfect storm. That perfect.
You want to shout anything out, by the way, Ray?
I can't think of anything.
Southern Geek, Geekzilla.
Yeah. Combines is Geekzilla.
There you go.
The price on the back.
Doing your documentary?
Yeah, I always try to shoot a little video walking through the shows and stuff like that before I do my purchasing. Oh, I see. Definitely some cool pieces in here too. What? Look at that Pac-Man. It's so cool. Giant joystick. I love this little pumpkin. Look at the Mini Joes, world's smallest Joes. Alright guys, so there you have it. That was the local Toyfest. Nothing too massive, but they definitely still had a pretty decent selection. Some really cool stuff there. A lot of stuff that I'm interested in, but don't necessarily collect personally. But I did end up with a few pickups after all. I got a few pieces, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that here in a second. I do want to say ahead of time, I've just gotten home, so I haven't watched any of the footage that I took, so hopefully it's decent footage, hopefully the audio's not too bad, but obviously these aren't the kind of videos that I normally make for the channel, but I know a lot of you out there still enjoy this kind of stuff, so I'll go ahead and show you guys what I picked up, so let's take a look. So the first piece we're going to take a look at here is the most relevant to the channel, and while I unfortunately did not find some of the pieces I was looking for, I did find this, and this is one I didn't have. The Mcfarland Movie Maniacs Series 2 Ghostface figure. Now for those of you who don't know, there are two versions of this figure. They have the standard one, which has the display plaque here on the background, or the gallery piece as some people call it, just says Scream. It's just the cover artwork for Scream. That's the one I already have. I have one of those unsealed. This is the second variant, which just says Ghostface, and it has an image of a Gen 2. It's going to be nearly impossible to show you guys on camera, likely, but you can see the Ghostface lettering back there. You can see some of the green. Yeah, it's just a picture of a Gen 2 and says Ghostface. I've never owned one of these, even sealed, so it's nice to finally have one. And I was able to pick him up for a pretty reasonable price from, I believe it was the Brick Wall, was the seller? And here's the second piece that I picked up from the Brick Wall. This is something I always wanted as a kid. As some of you may know, I am a massive, massive Spawn fan. I have a large majority of the comics. I think I'm missing a few issues up to date, but for the most part, early run stuff, I've got pretty much everything, all the offshoot series as well, and I do collect the toys. Well, I've always wanted the Necroplasm variant special version Spawn here. I do have one of these. It's the normal painted figure, but I've never had like the full green Necroplasm, and obviously he has like the repainted cape. It's all black and stuff like that. Really, really cool piece. Thought it would look pretty awesome on the wall, so picked him up as a package deal with Ghostface. Here's the back, just for many of you, for whatever reason, that are not familiar with these. Alright, and the next piece we're going to be taking a look at is a small vintage Halloween piece. I don't really know much about it, who made it, exactly when it came out, but as some of you may know, I do collect vintage Halloween stuff, whether it be decorations, toys. It doesn't matter if it's Screaming Ghostface or even Fun World. I collect other stuff too. So, whenever I saw this little lady, I just had to have it. It looks pretty cute. It seemed like something Jennifer would like for Christmas, and whenever I picked it up, the guy said squeeze it, and when you squeeze it, pretty cute. I had to pick it up, and yes, it will be going to Jennifer as a Christmas gift. Alright, and rounding out the end of my pickups, we have some VHS tapes. Technically, there's one toy at the end here, but it wasn't picked up by me, but it was picked up for me. We'll get to that when we get to it, but I'll go ahead and show you guys these tapes. So first up, we have Stephen King's Children of the Corn, and this was the exclusive Star Maker release, I believe? Star Maker video? Yes. So, he had a couple different versions of Children, but this one seemed the most interesting to me. I really like the sleeve. Pretty cool. I was hoping to find Children of the Corn 2 for like a Scream setup, of course, but still nice to have the original and always good to build up the VHS collection. The next piece we have here is pretty sweet. We have Hellraiser Bloodlines. What's better than Hellraiser in space? But seriously, I do love the Hellraiser franchise, and Jennifer's an even bigger fan of the Hellraiser franchise than I am. So when she moved in, she came with a theatrical banner from this film. As some of you may know if you watched my last video, it's currently hanging up in my living room, so I think she'll be pretty excited to see the VHS copy here as well. However, that wasn't the only Hellraiser tape he had. He also had Hellraiser 2 Hellbound. And this is the New World Video version. I'm not sure exactly how different it is from any other VHS copies, because I don't have any other copies of this, but I know it's a slightly different variant, so pretty cool, and of course, always great to build up the VHS collection, especially if it's horror. This was probably one of my favorite pickups because I actually have not seen very many of these on VHS. So I was actually quite surprised to see this. And it's almost originally sealed. Here we have Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original. As some of you guys can see, still has the plastic on it. Looks like it was open to be viewed, but the rest of the plastic is still there, and everything seems to be in really, really good condition, so pretty excited about that. This is the first one of these I've actually slid out, and check that out. It's got like a foil label there. It's pretty cool. Silent Night, Deadly Night, of course, while not being one of the best horror films, is definitely a very, very fun one. And speaking of fun horror films that aren't very good, here we have a VHS copy of Dolly Dearest. Pretty fun movie, but certainly not super, super fantastic, but you gotta love this kind of horror anyway. And last but not least, rounding out our VHS haul, we have a copy of Pumpkinhead. Always, always loved that artwork. These were all tapes that I did not have previously, so great to add to the collection. And that pretty much rounds it up as for what I picked up. Not a ton of stuff. There were a couple of other pieces I saw that I was interested in, but were either a little bit too high, a little bit too rich for my blood, or mainly just lack of space, guys. As you saw in that previous video, I'm genuinely running out of space here. And this next piece certainly isn't going to help with that situation. This is something I have wanted ever since I was a kid, and I'm sure many of you out there watching share those same sentiments. Ever since watching Jingle All the Way for the first time, I've always wanted my very own Turbo Man. And of course, they did release older versions of them, as we actually saw at the toy show. There was a sealed one in box. And guess what? I got a Turbo Man. Obviously, as many of you can tell immediately, this is the new Turbo Man. This is the new version that was put out. A Walmart exclusive, released by Funko. They did an absolutely amazing job on the packaging on these. Looks great. Over here you've got Turbo Man, Dementor, Booster. Nobody likes Booster. Demon 2, Demon 1, and Demon 3 of the Demon team. On the back we can see all of the talking Turbo Man electronic light and sounds actions. He has the Turbo Man phaser controller, Turbo Disc Launcher, Turbo Disc, Flashing Turbo Lights, Flashing Rocket Blast, Turbo Lights Controller, Flashing Turbo Lights, yet again on the other leg. I don't know why they felt the need to point that out for each thigh, but okay. Rocket Pack Activation Button, extends the rocket arm, begins the Flashing Rocket Blast and rocket sounds, and the Flashing Rocket Blast. It shows where it's located. Takes 2 AA's. So sick, guys. This piece was actually acquired for me by Rafe White, so a huge shout out to Rafe for picking this guy up for me, or else I likely would have missed out on getting one. And I gotta give a massive shout out to my girlfriend Jennifer for picking this piece up for me when she saw that these were getting released and she knew how much Jingle All the Way meant to me. She told me she was gonna get me one of these. And like I said, unfortunately we were never able to find one in stores, but thanks to Rafe, Dougie now has a Turbo Man nestled safely under the tree. Well, there you have it, guys. That's pretty much it for today's video. Nothing left to do but give you guys some close-ups of today's pickups. Nothing too insane, but definitely a few pieces that I'm very, very happy to add to the collection. Massive thank you to everybody I saw at today's Toyfest. It was great getting to see some of you wonderful people that I haven't seen since before the pandemic. It was really nice to finally get out and socialize with you guys, and for the first time in the past few years, things have kind of felt normal. Well, guys, like I said, that pretty much does it for today's video. Nothing left to do but give you guys some close-ups of these pieces. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and see you next time.
Bye.